Hi, I'm Alex Wild, and today we'll be presenting to you our Flint and Saginaw Electrical JATC 2020 Outstanding Apprentice Startup Business Challenge. So our business is going to be named Two Guys and a Drone. I'll give you a little summary of our presentation here. So we're going to give you a company overview. We're going to give you our operations model and structure. We're going to give you a little look into our banking and finance, legal. We're going to give you the licensing, insurance, and bonding we're going to need. We're going to give you a business roadmap, which is going to give you a little look into our future endeavors. We're going to give you a marketing strategy. And of course, we're going to go over our safety and break down our cost projections for you. So a little company overview here. We're going to, Two Guys in a Drone, we're going to start as an LLC, a limited liability company. We're looking for those balanced project margins and volumes. And as we get into emerging markets, we're going to pursue that higher margin, over volume. But as those markets mature, we're going to balance that. We're pursuing a higher volume and dropping our margins a little bit. Like I said before, we're going to pursue all emerging markets, and of course, maintain that customer relationship that'll keep them coming back to Two Guys in a Drone for our services. And here for these next couple slides, I'm going to hand you off to Corone Gibson.
Thank you, Alex. Operations model / structure. We will establish a limited liability company. We will be one of the few companies providing these services nationwide. We will look into expansion of services within 3 to 5 years after startup, and we will use our precision and technology to keep customers returning for services. Banking and finance. Initial investment will be $150,000 from 2 members of the LLC. We will establish a line of credit with local small business banks. We will keep the business small at startup to keep profit and loss ratios down. In the future, placing our business location within economic development zones will provide us with tax benefits and unique grant and loan opportunities. Legal. Operating as an LLC will provide liability protection for members from any judgments against our LLC. By year 5, we will have the track record of growth and profits, which will allow us to attract more shareholders. Licensing, insurance, and bonding. We will require 2 FAA pilot licenses at startup. The new business will also be insured with many different types of insurance, including workman's compensation, professional liability, general liability, vehicle insurance, and drone coverage. Long-term business roadmap. Short-term goals focuses on the electrical professions to include power distribution, infrastructure inspections, expanding to include solar and wind farms, and indoor flight inspections and imaging. Long-term goals include a general division handling bridge and infrastructure inspections, expanding to land surveys, and agricultural mapping and analytics. Indoor flights prefabrication. By year 10 to 15, we would like to be using another emerging technology in the construction industry. We will be looking to do indoor flights with 3D imaging as a prefabrication tool, site and structural measuring, and surveying. Marketing. Our initial clientele will be utilities and transmission providers. By year 5, we will look to target solar and wind farms and also local governments for infrastructure inspections. Year 10, we will seek to target local and commercial farms and also building contractors for prefabrication services. Part of our marketing strategy will also include a strong emphasis on safety for the drone versus human inspections. Safety. We plan to establish a zero tolerance safety policy requiring employees to have OSHA 30, first aid, CPR, and arc flash training to ensure all our employees remain safe and return home to their loved ones. The cost of job site accidents. The reason why we will implement a zero tolerance safety policy is because of the high cost of work-related injuries. These include direct costs such as workmen's compensation and medical expenses. Also include indirect costs such as lost productivity and damage to equipment and or property. Drone inspections create 55% increases in safety on construction sites. It allows unsafe areas of construction sites to be inspected without having to put people in harm's way. That concludes my portion of the presentation. I will now hand it off to Shane O'Connell.
Thank you, Chrome. In these next few slides, we will outline our projected costs, revenue, and profit loss through the next 15 years, and outline some goals for our company. Our first year costs will have an annual expense of $284,565. That includes salaries, vehicle, and some company tools. Our projected income of $250,000 for our first year, we will have a net loss of $39,415 at year's end. In 5 years, we'll be running at 3 crews, with one of those crews specializing in solar farms and wind turbine inspections. With the use of infrared cameras and penetrating radar cameras, we can accurately look for defects or determine the efficiency at which solar panels are operating at. Our total operating costs for year 5 will be $859,680. Year 5, with 3 crews working full-time, we will see a profit of $1,015,320. 10 years in business will bring some significant changes to our company. We will have 5 crews working full-time, with one of our crews specializing in indoor flights. At 10 years, we will also start to lease a building to store extra drones, tools, and vehicles. We will also see us hire a company secretary. Our annual expense for year 10 will be $1,483,300. And we'll have a profit of $1,641,700. At 15 years, we will be working to expand into more markets, land surveying and agricultural land inspections. We'll have 8 crews working full-time. Year 15 will have an annual expense of $2,376,600, with a profit of $2,623,400. And now I'll hand you back over to Alex Wild to finish.
Thank you, Shane. So in conclusion here, 2 guys in a drone, we're going to establish ourselves as an LLC, a limited liability company. Like I said, we're going to keep up on those emerging technologies. And obviously we're going to maintain that great working relationship between us and the customer to keep them coming back to 2 guys in a drone for all their drone inspection services they may need. I'd just like to give a thank you to all our classmates here that helped with the project. Couldn't have done it without their help, and of course our contractor advisors that took a look over it and gave us some advice. And Steve Cook from Weinstein Electric, Jim Schoenfield from Walker Electric, and Tom Metcalf from Metcalf Electric. Big shout out to those guys. Here's the sources page. If you want to check up on any statistics you might have seen during the presentation. And of course, from all of us here at the Flint Saginaw JATC, we'd like to thank you for giving us the opportunity to present you this. And as always, we look forward to doing it in the future. Thank you.